What's going on, guys? I'm Journey, back with a thoughts video, this time on Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. This is a game from the creators of Neo, Team Ninja, and they've done a really good job with this one. There are some issues, but first let's just talk about it. This game, just like Neo, you create your character, you get into the world, there's a big conflict going on, whereas in Neo, the enemy wants Amrita. This game, they want the dark chi. That's to sum it up. No lie, that's just how it is. Along the way, you're going to meet a whole bunch of different characters. Very colorful, each and every one of them. I do like the fact that there's Chinese dialogue in here with the English subtitles. I'm a big fan of that. Unfortunately for the stream, I had to go English all the way. It is what it is. But the option is there for you for individuals who are more purists. So, hey, take it for how you look at it. But Wo Long, compared to Neo, Neo is Japan, Wo Long is China. Think of it just like that. And that's absolutely fine. Alright, so the music is great too, especially in the main world where you're talking to characters and you're going over through your equipment and you're doing your blacksmith thing, yada yada. It's a beautiful soundtrack. I am a very, very happy guy with this. Now the gameplay department is more like Sekiro as opposed to more Souls-like the Demon Souls, the Dark Souls of the world. Nah, this is more like a Sekiro. And that's not bad neither. It just depends. We'll talk more about it. Listen. So, the baseline of it is where instead of rolling and swinging, you're dodging and parrying. And you have to wait for an enemy to glow red, if you would. It's going to be coming, well, he's going to get ready to prepare a unblockable attack. You can dodge it. You just can't block it. And when you dodge it, it will increase the enemy's stamina gauge just by a little. Keep doing it until it gets filled to the max. You can get some free hits in, but you have to go in for what they call like a lethal attack. And that lethal attack will take a lot of a lot of health off from the enemy. And you just repeat the process over and over and over again, much like Sekiro. Nothing's changed. No matter what enemy you fight, no matter what boss you fight, the concept is going to be the same. The only thing that changes is the attacks, the animations, and when and how to block those red unblockable attacks. That's all it is. That's the core of what this game is about. You do have a bunch of different various weapon types, and they all feel different, and that's great because Sekiro doesn't have that much to offer when it comes to varying weapons. This game does, from swords, short swords to halberds to spears to hammers, just like Neo is there. The only thing that I will not, because I didn't see during my playthrough, was let's say a laundry list of different equipment sets that you could get that will give you different bonuses. I only like found 2 or 3 throughout my campaign, so maybe there is more, but that one kind of felt a little bit not worked on. The other thing that I noticed was the battle flag stations. Small ones you could replenish your health at, replenish your potions, but the big ones, you could do that, but also level up your character. And you'll find more than enough of them on your main missions and even on your submissions. These things are, to me, the best well done, and that will lead me to their level design. Because there was an instance where I ran through a corridor, and on the map, you can get a bonus, you can get a specific perk on your equipment so you can find battle stations and even enemies. No different from Neo, how you would do with Kodama. So think Kodama sense. But they don't tell you if it's above you or below you. And all you see is just this one thing. So you'd be looking around forever, just hoping you can find it. You continue to go forward and take the risk, or you can go backwards and look all over. Trust me, I've done that multiple times. But when I ran through this one corridor, it was there. I couldn't find it. I turned around and it was above my head on some awkward plane that was just sitting there. And I was lucky enough that there was something I could jump on to get onto that plane where I could then put the battle flag down. And I'm like, is this enough space where you can actually put this flag down in? And it was. It was fine, but it was it was one of those pieces that made my whole gaming experience with this product in particular one that's just been like up and down. Because these things shouldn't be so crazy. If you see it, you should be able to get to it. You shouldn't have to be, literally one I saw at the beginning of the stage and I had to wait to go all the way to the end of the stage to then find some obscure kind of like area that I could progress to take me all the way back to the beginning again, just so I could put a small battle flag down, just so I could get the rest of them in. And I just kind of feel as though with that kind of design, even the world seem open. There's different branches you could take, but I just feel as though when it comes to getting those small specific things in, I feel like I'm taking more of a detour that I don't need to take. And when you see enemies and you see them guarding the chest, when you kill them, like, and you open up the chest, a lot of times the rewards just don't feel fulfilling or rewarding. But what I do like about this is, like, if you get like a piece of equipment and it has like those little small little bonuses that's on it, you can actually extract them. You can extract them and you can add them over to like let's say a master tier list. And whenever you create something or you have something else, you can pull any one of these things and slot them into another piece of equipment without necessarily losing them. And I absolutely love that. You can salvage things, you get more material to do upgrades for your weapons, for your equipment. All really, really nice. Still, one thing I will knock is that if you get a piece of equipment and let's say you only got 2 slots on there. You can extract the 2 slots, but you can't create a third. You can't create a fourth, and it seems to be at least 4 slots you can be able to use. So you have to wait until you get that pristine piece of equipment. Whether they have 4, then you can extract them, you can put stuff there, but you can't put, if an item has 2 slots for perks, you can't put a third one in there. You can't create it, unfortunately, from what I've seen. The game is nice, it's great, but there are just those slight little things that kind of annoy me to a little degree. And after you complete the game, there's new game pluses, no different from how it is in Neo. And with that, you go through there, you get more stuff and rarities. And the weapons and rarities, you go from a level 1, or at least a rank 1, to a rank 5. But if you get a rank 3, that doesn't mean you're level 3. You can still level it from a level 1 to 3. So rank is separate from a level. And that's how you do it. When you're at your battle station and you go through your prayer and you're going through your list of what you can invest your points into, there's water, there's fire, there's earth. So the water that I went with in particular allows you to deflect easier, and it has more stuff to it. I went with that because the game is solely based around deflecting and dodging. So that's why I went with that. You could go fire based for more attack. You could go for earth for more equipment rate. So yes, there's a lot of stuff here. No different from how it was in Neo. You can summon people, and when you get further into like a mission, there's an invasion. It seems to be a lot of invasions, but you know, take it for what it will. And so it's all here. It's no different, once again, from Neo, just more in the Sekiro lines. I did have a lot of fun playing this, a lot of fun. There are second phases and third phases, so many different phases. So it's hard to put it into words, because if you play Neo, you play Sekiro, you know, you're gonna be right at home. And just get your timings right. You're gonna die often, but just get your timings right. You feel comfortable with it. Don't feel scared to go in. You'll do just fine. That's my thoughts on Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. This is a high recommendation from me. This, I'm gonna give it a 9. Give it a 9. They just gotta work on their level design. Outside of that, I'm sorry. Like, the more I go on with this review, the more I'm just thinking of stuff, because I have a blast playing it, and I will continue to play it. Until then, make sure you take care of yourselves and each other, and I hope to catch you guys on the next one. Hey, I like it, and I hope you do too. Like, subscribe, guys. Catch you on the next one.